Now, we would like to move on to the very first keynote speech. Mr. Hisashi Kuwata, Director of Advancement Management Office, Financial Services and Agency, will give a presentation on enhancing the asset management business. Mr. Kuwata, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Onozuka-san, and thank you to the FinCity Tokyo for inviting me to address this year's Tokyo Asset Management Forum. Also, we had all hoped that this meeting would be in person. We will have to settle for the opportunity to convene online basis this time. Well, today I'm going to explain our efforts to enhance the asset management business in Japan. Let me start by showing you this slide illustrating the investment chain. As you know, ensuring better functioning of the investment chain is critically important to achieve sustainable economic growth. And therefore, we are working on a variety of measures so that all participants in the investment chain play these expected roles. When it comes to asset management firms, we are aiming at improving their investment capabilities toward more favorable returns on and growth in their AUM. Our dialogue with them has been focusing on, for example, a governance framework to prioritize customers' interests, and in that case, appointment of independent directors with sufficient knowledge in this area would be one of the important issues. Also, we are monitoring if their business operations are putting asset management first. In other words, they should have capabilities to effectively monitor their fund's performance and the profitability. These bar charts compare the performance and the costs of funds in the three jurisdictions, Japan, Luxembourg, and the US, underpinning the need to enhance asset management business, as I mentioned earlier. That is, you can see Japanese funds underperforming those of Luxembourg and the US. This result is the same in both passive and active funds. Second charts are showing to what extent the fees of index funds provided by the same managers, the same index, and the same distribution channels are different. We are tempted to pose the question on whether these differences can be validated. Now, some of the asset management firms share the same views with us and has already started lowered and standardized fees. Their efforts are positive sign from the perspective of customers' interest, and we want to further promote this trend through the dialogue with them. I would like to touch upon another important issue. As you can see, the bar chart in your right-hand side, ESG funds currently growing segment of the Japanese funds market. Recently, this trend has been seen in the rest of the world, reflecting increasing investors' appetite for these investments. At the same time, concerns have been raised that the practices of asset management firms and the distributors might be misleading investors. This issue of greenwashing is drawing so much attention from regulators in the world. And IOSCO made a report last year providing many examples of greenwashing at the asset manager and the product levels. In order to address greenwashing risk, we need to ensure that customers can appropriately make an investment judgment with sufficient information of the related investment products, while the asset management firms should respond to the customer's expectation with a robust, sustainable related strategy to integrate ESG factors, as well as following a stewardship approach for monitoring the ESG matters. Therefore, the methodology of asset management firms in this area should be closely monitored as a possible source of concern leading to greenwashing risk. We understand the term methodology include way of ESG integration, labeling, and a use of ESG ratings and engagement. They are highly expected to clearly explain what the objective of the fund is, how they achieve it, and how they monitor their own process and the progress in a consistent manner. Now we are in the process of a comprehensive survey and a discussion on the asset management firms' practices in this area, aiming at setting supervisory expectation before this summer. Lastly, we are making efforts to play greater roles in the global financial markets under the new policy package, International Financial Center Initiative. We envisage that the internationalization of Japan's financial sector through the initiative will create a win-win situation for both and Japan and overseas asset managers. On the Japanese side, it will create more jobs in the financial sector and beyond. A more efficient allocation of financial resources will lead to a higher GDP. Simultaneously, the initiative will also benefit overseas asset managers entering Japan. We will provide them with opportunities to raise funds from Japanese households, gain first-hand information from Japanese companies, and enhance the quality of life of employees. We are fully aware that just tweaking financial regulation is not enough to internationalize Japan's financial sector and to attract talents from overseas. Therefore, a government-wide approach has been taken to achieve collaboration among government agencies. The policy package is comprehensive, encompassing reforms not only on financial regulation, but also on tax, visa arrangements, and a company setup and the livelihood support of overseas investment professionals. To start with financial regulation, the Financial Markets Entry Office was established last year, which is a one-stop English contact for newly entering asset management firms. The Entry Office provides professional English support from pre-application consultation to registration and supervision. In other words, no communication and no materials in Japanese are necessary. During the past 1 year since the opening of the Entry Office, 6 firms have completed the all-in-English registration process. Furthermore, it took almost 3 months for all cases, and I would say it was very quick. Along with the regular registration process, we put in place two new simplified market entry procedures, specifically targeted at overseas asset managers. These 2 schemes are much more simplified than the existing registration procedure required under the Financial Instruments and Exchange Act. We also worked together with the tax authority to make bold tax reforms. Also, JFSA has commissioned our private business partner, Trico Japan, to undertake the Financial Startup Support Program, which provides support for business setup, and that is free of charge. Starting a new asset management business involves many steps other than registration, which are in many cases time-consuming and required communication in Japanese. The program offers support not only for financial license application, but also for compliance officer recruitment, incorporation, visa application, bank account opening, which all come with the reimbursement of the costs in the end. The maximum amount for reimbursement per company is set at 20 million yen, approximately 180,000 in US dollars. If you or your friends are seeking to launch an asset management business in Japan, this is a perfect program. Please apply before our budget is used up. Our website posts a wide variety of information beyond what I have covered today. In addition, our financial markets entry office is ready to respond to your specific inquiries. I hope this initiative also contributes to enhance asset management business in Japan. And my remarks today will help you understand better where we are heading. Thank you very much.